there. So I am trying to bring you a new segment on this channel where I will kind of be showing you a few of my little getaways here and there. So today's getaway is definitely in the city of Obidos. It's not a city. It's a small village of Obidos that is 1 hour from Lisbon, and this is a fantastic small little getaway where you can do a one-day trip. And so I'll bring you along and see what the city has to offer, and just a little bit of here and there about Portugal for those who are interested usually to know what does Portugal has to offer. So I'll bring you along, and I hope you enjoy it, and keep subscribed. So now Obidos is one of those little medieval towns that is located 1 hour from Lisbon. That is definitely worth a visit because it's very close to Lisbon, one, and also you will get to learn quite a lot when you are in that pretty fairy tale type of town. So one of the things that I definitely noticed as soon as I arrived is the wall that surrounds the town, which is one of those breathtaking, things that you never find, literally on the ground. These are the things that you actually see in the movies. So one of the reasons why I decided to visit Óbidos is because I had heard quite a lot that, it's very popular for several festivals, which include the chocolate festival, the opera festival, Christmas village. During Christmas, it is said that it turns out that this town becomes a little Christmas village. There's quite a lot of people who come to visit it, and of course they have things to do with medieval fairs and markets and all that kind of good jazz. So that's the reason as to why I decided, let's go somewhere. As you know, on this channel I always say it's always important for you to travel to somewhere that you haven't been, and just for you to learn a few things and get a different perspective, appreciate your life, appreciate what you have in your life as well, appreciate the fact that maybe the problems or the highs and lows that you might be having are not just something that is affecting you alone. Every single time I travel, I tend to see how much of a small space I occupy in this world, and that humbles me quite a lot. So I'm going to try, in the near future to actually bring you along when I go to some of these places. So the one thing that I actually noticed when I got into this little town is, it has those typical main gates, just like you think you're going into a homestead of someone, and there's a gate that is right at your entrance. So one of the things that I noticed about this little town is the main entrance, which is a typical gate, I would say, and it is said that this is known as Porta da Vila, and so it is said that this gate was built back in the year 1380, which is quite an interesting fun fact. And it is said that also there are other doors, quote unquote, in this town, 2 other doors that you can access the village from, which is actually quite interesting to me, because these are some of the things that you only watch on the movies and never think that they actually exist on the ground. So this is a reason as to why it was very much worth it to come to this little village. So now as you enter this village, you definitely discover the oratory of Our Lady of Piety, as they call it, which was created during the 17th century, and it is covered with quite a lot of beautiful tiles from the 18th century. And it is said that there is always a singer, opera singer, or someone singing on this particular entrance, which is a very, very interesting thing. Now, another thing that I noticed is that as you walk up the main street, which is known as Rua Direita in Portuguese, right from the gate, you can now climb the fortifications right away if you want to go that direction. And you can definitely, this could be one of the ways where you access the wall which surrounds this village, and you can walk around that wall, which is something that I got to do. And this main street, Rua Direita, is actually the main street, which is quite the busiest. And over here, I found quite a lot of, chocolate, stalls and all that kind of thing, which was a very, very interesting thing, because I came in March when the chocolate festival usually happens. So if you want to come and enjoy the chocolate festival, then you can definitely come over in sometime in March. So one of the things that I also noticed is that there's quite a lot of souvenir shops and opportunities to actually drink the specialty ginginya, as they say. The ginginya de Obidos is very popular. If that is your forte, then that is definitely something that you can enjoy even on the streets. And you don't just stay on the main street. I noticed that if you go to the other little streets, you will get a feel of how the houses have been preserved, how the houses look like, and how people live in this little village. It is said that there are only 3,000 people who live in this village. I honestly don't know the exact figures right now, but it is said that there are 3,000 people who actually live in this little village. And a fun fact is that there are about 500,000 books that are on this little village that are in one of those libraries, which I got to enter briefly. And there are more books than people, which is actually a very interesting fun fact about it. Now, another thing that you will notice is that all the houses are white, and they have some lines of colors which could be blue, orange, gray, brown, which gives a feel of the city. Now, another thing that you notice is that the fact that there's lots of medieval stuff going on here. There's lots of sacred art. There's lots of pieces of architectural ruins from around the village, and also you will find like behind the municipal museum of Obidos, there's a steep street which you can walk under, and for such a small village, there's quite an impressive number of churches actually and chapels. So there was, I found quite a lot of churches there: Santa Maria Church, Santiago Church, Misericordia Church, Igreja de São Pedro. I could just see them right from the streets, really, and I did not quite go into most of them, but I hear that it's quite the deal, obviously. Now, one thing that I really admired was the Óbidos castle. So it's said in Portuguese is Castelo do Óbidos, and this is actually the main Óbidos attraction, apart from obviously walking on the walls, which was quite the deal for me. And the best view of it is from the back. Now, I don't know about that because I was mesmerized already by its view right from the entrance anyways. And this is a place where you can hang out and be able to see the city even. Now, one of the highlights of this little trip was walking on the Óbidos fortification walls. And walking through these walls took me around, I think, 45 minutes or to 1 hour, because I could stop to just gaze and see how people are living. And these are some of the things that I enjoy doing whenever I travel. So this was quite the deal, because I walked on this fortification wall, but it is said that you have to be very careful because there are no handrails that are on the fortification wall. So you have to really be very careful, because there are incidences of people who have fallen off this wall. but there are several also staircases which can allow you to climb up there, and it is definitely worth the climb, because up there the view is quite amazing. It gives you the real feel of the preservation of the houses and the little village. And there's a certain just fresh air that comes around when you're up there, honestly. So I really did enjoy that walk around, and that tour is about 1.5 kilometers walk, I would say. So depending on how fast you walk and how many pictures you want to take on this trip, really. So I think I enjoyed quite a lot of the countryside, surrounding, because it is surrounded with agricultural fields, and the mix of the stone wall and the white houses is quite stunning, and you get to see quite a lot of the history of this little village. Now, this village is also known to be quite one of those oldest villages in Portugal, really, and dating back in the medieval time. You can be able to actually understand the history of Portugal anyways as well. So if you happen to travel to Portugal, please make sure that you also go to this little village. I quite enjoyed it, and I do hope that you also enjoy it. This little video was just to really bring you along in my little visit to one of those towns. I happen to do quite a number of them, but I think this year I'm just going to bring you along just so that you can enjoy as well. And get inspired really to travel through and be able to enjoy some of these things that you just get to see on the movies and think that maybe they're not for real, but yes, they are definitely for real. So I do hope that you enjoyed this video, and keep subscribed, like this video. Let me know whether you would like to see more of my small travels this year, and I will definitely be sharing this more often. And until next time, keep tuned in, and see you. Bye.